she saw him. He was pretty. He was a pretty boy, and she was like, "I'm Simone Biles, so
Give
I
me
can
that.
probably bag him." And she did. And whole time, he probably do sassy stuff every day. But at home in privacy or around their friends, and nobody talks about it because that was a little too sassy around other grown ass, not threatened men.
Welcome to another episode of Taking It, where we're going to be talking about some social media uproar and some madness. And we're going to be having some banging, amazing subject today. So check us out. So first topic is Johnston Owens.
Yes.
Simone Biles' husband.
Yes, more commonly known as.
Yep. And his comments on, what was the podcast?
The Pivot.
The Pivot. And who podcast is that? This is like an NFL podcast, though, right?
I have no idea. So
I think it's from what I'm seeing, it's like a sports podcast for like sports players about their stories in the league and how they made it to success. It's like a lot of success stories and stuff. I watched the episode. Everyone's talking about it. It was like, yo, he totally disrespected his wife, Simone Biles, and how Russell Wilson. Was it Wilson?
Yeah.
Sierra baby daddy.
Wilson.
They're the one that we actually like. How he would never say these things about his wife. How they spoke about how he didn't even know who she was when they were dating.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. It was a popular TikToker. I don't remember her name. We're gonna probably show her here as a cutaway.
Stay fucking white, this man right here. They would have been like, you know who Sierra is? Oh yeah, me and my sister used to have 1-2-step routines. I love Sierra.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good. Y'all
remember that series, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie and all that bad shit happened because you gave a mouse a cookie? If you give a man a podcast mic, you don't know who Simone Biles is, read a fucking book. Read a fucking book. It's titled Simone Biles.
It's really the catch in...
I always say the men are catch, man. I always say we the catch.
When that Goodies video came out, I was like, yeah, I used to dance in my room to her music. I used to get ready to game. If you give a man in a relationship that feels like he's less than his girlfriend or wife, podcast mic, this is what happens.
She was speaking like down on him because he was acting like he did not know it, like he was the catch. And just to let you know, a lot of guys side-eyed him and roll their eyes when they heard that. Like, bro, you have no name out here. No one knows who you are. And I think, what you always say about guys?
These niggas be haters.
And why?
Every day, they be threatened, feeling emasculated. They be haters.
And it be the ones that make good money that just be, like, feeling emasculated. And they just be coming out their wife. But I don't think it was intentional. I think he's just that type of guy. He just seems like the type of guy to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm not victim blaming, but when usually people preface that they're about to victim blame, which I am. But like, why do girls date guys like that? You obviously know. Look at him. He look like the type to do that shit.
He does. He does. I mean, she saw him. He was pretty. He was a pretty boy, and she was like, "I'm Simone Biles, so I can probably bag him." And she did. And whole time, he probably do sassy stuff every day. But, at home in privacy. Or around their friends and nobody talks about it. Because that was a little too sassy around other grown-ass, not threatened men. They wasn't feeling that shit at all.
The thing that got me said he had no idea what she did. Just looked at her profile on the dating app. And pretty much said, hey, look. She had a lot of followers, so she must do something positive.
He's a liar.
And all he read was apparently gymnastics. And he was like, I don't know nothing about no gymnastics. And then...
He's a liar. I saw a tweet from 2012 that said something like, I hope these gymnasts from another country fall or something like that.
Damn. So he really knew.
He did.
But then the hype part is like when we went to like a cookie parlor or something like that, like the top cookie parlor in there. Was it Houston?
Yeah,
it was Houston.
So.
It was somewhere in Texas. I'm not from Texas. Philly. But with that being said, everybody was like grouping around them, and was asking him to take pictures with her. So I guess he got the message how big she was just from the interaction. Mm-hmm. I wonder how many followers she had back
millions.
then. So millions. You looked on her Instagram. She had millions of followers.
And you ain't Google her.
And you didn't Google her.
He full of shit.
She was on Wheaties boxes. You know you're on the Wheaties boxes. You're a good athlete. You're at training camps, just finally almost making it. And yeah. And you're wondering, because she chased you and bagged you. You both matched, but she messaged you first.
What do you get out of, like, what would he have gotten out of the guys being like, oh yeah, she bagged you, she took you out on the first date and paid for your food? Like,
I guess you just want to feel like, Mr. Bitches. You know what I mean? Sometimes men, we want to feel like Mr. Bitches. And, alright, from a guy's point of view, how he explained it, he said, man, I wasn't really going to message her because I wasn't ready for no commitment at all. I was just, and that just means I was trying to be a thought out here, but she had enough weight that I'd be dumb as shit not to miss that. Meaning he probably honestly doesn't like this woman, but tolerates it because it makes him look good.
Right.
And to possess a woman of that stature, not to love her, is more important for his ego than actual relationship.
There's another nigga named Darius out here that tried to pull the same shit.
Who's that? Collins?
I don't know his last name.
Why? Is he a football player too?
No, he a Philly nigga.
What's the
with fucking Kiki Palmer.
Oh my god! And then actually had videos. He a light skinned Negro
they
too.
They both is.
But he's super light skinned for that.
I mean, he is super duper light skinned, but
he wear bowling shirts all the time when he go out.
Simone Biles' husband light skinned too, and he act every bit of it.
Yo, what's up? I'm a little light skinned right now. Y'all can see I'm a little light skinned right now. It's just the winter time. But I'll be brown out here in April. Gotta get some sunlight. But like, what is it like these guys who I'm not saying they're not even like small fries. They've actually done some considerable things, and they're like
yep.
But they're not like, but they trying to like make it seem like they're bigger. That argument, that conversation doesn't even need to be had.
It doesn't.
So what do you think Russell Wilson would have said?
Russell Wilson would have talked about his wife the whole time, positively, been like, I call me a baddie. She's smart. She's beautiful. She's a great mother.
It's not simping though.
Album.
Isn't that simping though?
It is. It's your wife. Who else you gonna simp for?
That's true.
That's the whole point. You should have been simping from the jump, and then you keep simping, and then you get her, and then you continue to simp after that. And she gives you everything you want in the world.
That's true.
That's
like,
the point.
You not making that gesture of elevating her makes it so you can stand tall. It just makes you look smaller.
It does.
And it doesn't give her enough space to elevate you. But if you throw the first compliment and the first uplifting thing, she's gonna easily do the same thing you. Yeah. And you both up, but you want to be like this.
Right.
You always want to stand higher.
Right.
Why?
When even in the public's eye, you're not higher, and you're not gonna, diminish your wife, and we're gonna look at you like you're higher because you just diminished. I don't understand the logic.
Or we literally called you for the story, but they were interested in the Simone Biles thing.
The guy with the dreads, I love his energy. I will watch that just for him.
He said
because he was simping. Like, he was like, all right, the NFL shit is cool. How did you end up with Simone Biles? Because I'm sitting here in the same room as Simone Biles. Like, you cool and all, but your wife is here. And then he just said that dumbass shit, and then the other guys were just like,
he like, you shooting yourself in the foot. They both was just
they
like...
did. The one guy kept giving him every opportunity to, like,
let's fix this conversation, you know what I mean? But
and then the other guy just leaned fully into it and was like...
that guy's an asshole.
The one guy was like, don't let nobody put that energy into your relationship.
Newlyweds.
Yo, Bull was like, he said that shit, he gonna lean into it.
But, like, honestly, if you date we talked about this before, like, people got pretty privilege. And if I don't believe that guys should be chased. And this is my opinion. Because honestly, it takes a little bit longer for us to be like, all right, that's my boo. If a guy like you, he like you. You know what I mean? Right. It takes a longer. I remember like girls get really impatient if they like you first. Because now I still got to figure out if I like you or not. Yeah. And that's a process for men. Yeah. And now you like, oh shit, well, I don't think he liked me yet. I don't. Because I don't know if I like you yet. And I think it's like it's better for like guys to make the first move. Yeah. It's way better.
I agree.
I think women are more flexible to who they date than guys are. At the end of the day, we saying no or maybe first. We gonna stick on a no and maybe for a long time.
Right. Yeah, and girls, they either like you or they don't like you.
I mean, some people can turn around.
They can.
I think interests change. But I think guys are more hard-headed, though.
That means that they were just neutral about you.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, for the most part, with girls, we either like you or we don't. Damn. And if we like you, then we like you. So, figure it out and hurry the fuck up while you're doing it.
I know. I think I had experience with that. Someone liking me first, and they were impatient as shit. And I was like, I'm still trying to figure this shit out. At the end of the day, it didn't work out. Because guess what? I think a guy should chase. If I would have been on her, she would have been more better.
Yeah. Personally, I don't say anything. If I like somebody, I don't even say shit. You'll never know.
I think it's good to make a gesture of hints because I need a hint. I'm going to shoot my shot in that. But with that being said, this man said he didn't shoot no shots. She just fell on his lap. Sassy. And it worked out for him. I don't like and he is the catch. And the other guy said, hey, I think all men are a catch, and he agreed. First of all, even if you thought that, you should be like, nah, she the catch. And she probably would have been like, oh yeah, boo, no, you was the catch. And they both think each other was the catch. Right. But you fucked that up, bro. You done fucked up. The car ride was okay, hopefully. I pray for the car ride home.
She ain't argue with that man.
She didn't. She's Simone Biles.
She cleared him a little bit, after he said that shit, but...
Yeah, if you'd have continued at that point, you'd have got fucked over. Right. With that being said, though...
She was graceful about it.
Graceful. Anyway, guys, don't lower your ladies down. Don't push your ladies down so you can be elevated. Don't do that to anybody.
Especially when they're the greatest at what they do.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
They will be written into history books.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, dumbass.
In other irritating ass news, Donald Trump said that despite being taken, effective January 4th, despite being taken off the presidential ballot in Colorado, he's still on the campaign trail. And I just recently saw a clip of him promising to indemnify the police nationwide.
Let's hold up on that. But Colorado, did they legalize weed like first?
Yeah, they did.
So how the hell are you stressing out a high state? You gotta be the worst person ever. Like, they like, yo, we gotta be sure. That's a lot. Like, that's a loaded question. Like,
their third eye has been opened.
And they're like, fuck that.
They cool off the bullshit.
They cool off this bullshit.
They're
like,
blow my high for another 4 years.
Yo, for 4 years, blowing your high for another term. They were like, fuck that. We don't we don't complain about much, but no Trump here. No Trump is allowed.
It's the fact that a lower court first passed it and then a higher court agreed to it. So
I was like, yo, you know what, you right.
Yeah, they did. So if you're a Republican in Colorado, Trump will not be on the ballot. I don't know what other dumbass you plan on voting for, but
we'll see.
Was that biased?
That was kind of biased because we're not doing well with the Democrat Party either. We're getting some really bad choices. We got Sleepy Joe, or we got a dude who's trying to indemnify police officers. Was it indemnify?
Yeah, indemnify.
Indemnify. I'm trying to learn new words here. And what that pretty much means is you either reward the police or you guard the police from
being held responsible
for like things like aggressive things like police brutality, violence on blacks, like always. But and it also could mean you're incentivizing them to do it as well. So let's take the incentivizing part first. Can you imagine if they were like, yo, if you do this, if you stop this many crimes, you get a compensation.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst thing ever. You know how many times how much police don't get paid? And you're literally telling people, yo, we're not even going to look into it if you do these things in the name of justice. Right.
I mean, it's not like they don't largely get away with that shit anyway.
That's true. But now you're saying it's a law.
Right. I mean, that's why they pull people over at the beginning of every month so they can make their little stupid quota bonus or whatever they get.
Do they get paid for that? They act like they do.
They act like they, right. They act like they do.
You know, I told a police officer around here, they kept pulling me over in my neighborhood. I drive a hybrid. And every time I had this I was in my car with a black hoodie on, he pulled me over. I don't even wear a black hoodie no more. That's how bad it got. And I asked him, I got so annoyed. I seen him behind me driving and following me. I parked in the 7-Eleven. I got out the car and I said, hey, sir, do I look like the type of person you pull over? And he said, yeah. And he said, he stopped himself. And he said, you know what? We were giving you a hard time. We'll leave you alone. It's been 2 years. They still have not talked to me ever since then.
Yeah, because they be plying on certain people. Like me, with a certain police department.
What, really?
Fucking Upper Providence. Bastards.
Listen, man, we don't hate cops. We just hate the ones that pull you over for no reason because you're black.
For no reason. You know, they didn't believe me. At my job, they did not believe me. I'm like, look, they know my car. They know every new car I get, actually. They know my name. They know me. And the one time I had somebody drive for me, and you know we got pulled over? They were shook. Shook! Anyway.
So we don't need cops to do that and get away with it. And Trump's pretty much trying to get them to do that. And I really think it's because he has a biased mindset. He's an old white dude. And no one likes old white dudes. First of all, you grew up in the racist era where you don't even think it's racist. You just think that's how you treat your black friend.
Him and Sleepy Joe did.
Yeah, it's both of them. We both, like, why are we hiring these senior citizens?
Period.
I'm not trying to be ageist, and I'm not trying to say you should be at home with your family, trying to say you need arts and crafts, but you should be falling asleep on the train ride every day.
You're within retirement age, once you're 65, you should not be able to run the country.
Right.
You don't know what's going on.
You don't.
Half them fuckers don't even understand how the internet works.
I bet they don't even got a TikTok.
They don't. That's how well, no. You really knew it when they did that net neutrality thing. That really showed how much of them didn't understand the internet or how it works. But those proceedings with TikTok, well, that was embarrassing.
I said, what do they find this on? They phone. What's a phone? Telecommunication device.
The one guy was like, can you promise to me that the internet can't see my information when I'm on there? And that CEO from TikTok was like, that's not even really a real question. It was embarrassing as hell.
You can't
That's
promise
terrible. You can't. Obviously, you
literally sign an agreement and say you're going to sell them your information, and whatever business they need the information for, they can use it.
Right.
You can literally go on most social medias, go to settings, and say, do not sell my information to.
Yeah, you can.
But at the same time, that creates better products for us and makes business better for us and make it more intuitive. You remember when we're going to go back on Trump. But you remember when they made products and then try to sell it to you? Now they make products that you're kind of like influence them to create and then sell it to you. Back in the day, they said that's all you got.
Right. Now your ads are based on a thought that you had while you were in the shower, which is scary, but at the same time, you know, I do want that.
Exactly. But we can't have that. We got Trump beating us up, police officers.
Oh, yeah. Back to that.
Well, I think it's a really bad idea. I think we all should take him off the ballots. Him and anybody else of his caliber. From either the Democrats or the Republicans. Not a Democrat or Republican thing. It's more so, are they even a good person thing?
At least he's, he spent some time plotting on what his base wants to hear. Because, he's covered a lot of inflammatory shit over the years. And now he's just like, let me go back to the basics of who votes for me. People who are in the blue line. People who...
What's the blue line?
The blue line.
The cops?
Yes.
I heard that before. You deep into this cop stuff, man.
What? It's one of the... I love how it's not acceptable to have Black Lives Matter on your car, but there's like a million cars with the blue line license plates.
Oh, you said lives.
Line. The blue line. That's what they call it. I mean, it's the same thing, but it was the response to that.
I get it.
But
well,
anyway.
We don't need these kids who got rejected in high school who didn't grow up past their trauma to beat us up. So, with that being that, I'll vote for Trump. Thank you for watching, taking it. Another episode. Listen, just don't be another Simone Biles' husband. Don't be another Tiana Taylor's husband. Don't be another, what's the other person's husband?
Keke Palmer.
Don't be another Keke Palmer's husband.
Boyfriend,
whatever you want to call these people these days. No one's really a husband. It's rare. But with that being said, click, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to see more content, please comment on what you want us to react to next. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.